We welcome you to the softball field here at Marian University for a top 20 showdown with the two top teams in the Crossroads League. It is Indiana Wesleyan and Marian, and we are thrilled to bring you Crossroads League softball here on the ISC Sports Network. My name is Greg Rakestraw. I am joined by Jim Leisure. John Herrick will have the call of game number 2. 2 7-inning games are scheduled. And Jim, simply put, it has gotten to the point in this league, in any sport, when you see Indiana Wesleyan and Marian on the schedule, you know it's likely the top two teams in the conference.
Without a doubt, Greg, and again, always good athletic contests too. Rarely, sometimes games do get out of hand one way or the other, but normally they're nail biters. These both should be good ball games.
We will get you the lineups on the fly as our first pitch of 2 is about to go underway. Jenna Yost, the third baseman for Indiana Wesleyan, will lead things off. She is batting a crisp .434 on the season and is looking to get contact on the ground and beat the ball to first base. As welcome to softball, you see the unique defensive alignment that Marian has lined up for Yost. The third baseman for the Knights in green is maybe 30 feet away. The second baseman for the Knights in Phillips is on the hip pocket of the pitcher in Olivia Stunkel. Slapper to third base. First baseman covers. Out recorded. Could not have defended it any better if you're Marian.
Yeah, I was going to say they were in the perfect position. And when you bat the way that Yost does, it puts so much pressure on defense because obviously she can lay down a bunt. She can also swing hard. And luckily for Marian, the ball was hit right at the third baseman.
Chloe Tregesser, the second baseman, due up for Indiana Wesleyan. More conventional lineup defensively. You can see why. First pitch takes that to right center field. 1 on, 1 out here in the top half of the first inning.
So the fun begins here for the 3-hole. Miranda Worley's going to come up, see if she can't get some runners moving. We may see some runners moving on their own.
Miranda Worley is the catcher. 13 home runs, 49 runs batted in. Miranda, a junior from Bourbonnais, Illinois. Batting .409. Stunkel's fastball, tails away. Let's tell you about Olivia Stunkel. 1.47 her ERA on the season. This is her 17th appearance, her 14th start. 12-1, 71 2/3 innings pitched. Fastball misses low, 2-0 the count. Olivia has walked just 12. She has struck out 107 on the season. This Marian team has caught fire as of late. Offer fouled straight back by Worley. Count now at 2-1. These two teams played back on March 30th up at Marian, Indiana, not Marian University, with the two teams splitting the doubleheader.
Well, of course they split. Of course. Again, two competitive teams, and you got to show up to play both of them, and obviously both teams did. Just one went good and one went bad.
Chase the rise ball that time. 2-2 the count. This Marian program has won 6 consecutive regular season championships in softball. They have made numerous appearances in the national tournament. Change up, good job by Worley, lay off of it. And the count runs full at 3-2.
It'll be interesting to see if Yost is running here. She does have 45 stolen bases on the season with 47 attempts.
Strike 3 called. Worley guessed incorrectly. Strikeout 108 this season by Stunkel, and there's 2 down.
Yeah, that's why guessing, of course, for a hitter is just not a good idea. You always think fastball, just off speed. You find yourself guessing. Sometimes you guess wrong. It doesn't end well.
At this distance in softball, I think there's sometimes you have to guess.
I get it.
At 43 feet away.
Yeah, I'm just thinking, always think fastball. Always think fastball, and then just adjust to anything that you see.
So here is Becca Wyatt, left fielder. 387 on the season. 14 runs batted in. Becca from Shelby Township, Michigan. This is an Indiana Wesleyan program that really recruits from all over the Midwest in terms of their athletes. Marian, led by head coach Scott Fleming, and he being a Noblesville fella himself. 19 of 20 players on their active roster are Indiana natives, and you'll see nothing but Hoosiers for the Marian Knights this afternoon. Fouled straight back, and the count goes to 2-2.
Yeah, that was one of the differences, Greg, that I noticed when I prepared for the ball game here today was that, like you said, 19 of the 20 for Marian from Indiana, all 9 starters. I believe only 4 of the starters for Indiana Wesleyan are from Indiana.
Off speed, just missed off the corner. Meyer made a fantastic effort to frame and freeze. Did not get the call from home plate umpire David Shawver. Although Paul Williams is our bases umpire today. And the count again, full 3-2. Stunkel comes back with the fastball, line drive caught by the first baseman. And we are quickly through the top half of the inning. So Tregesser with a one-out single is stranded at first base. And it's a 0 on the board for Indiana Wesleyan. Batting lineup now for the Marian University Knights. Savannah Harwager will lead things off the shortstop, followed by Jenna Minix. She is the center fielder. Shelby Stotts is the left fielder. Sierra Norman bats cleanup and plays first base. Haley Green is the third baseman batting fifth. Grace Meyer, the catcher, bats sixth. Caroline Roop, freshman from Carmel, is the DP batting seventh. Abby Wiry is the right fielder batting eighth. Caitlin Phillips at second base will bat ninth. And again, the pitcher in Stunkel will not be hitting in today's lineup. The defensive alignment now for Indiana Wesleyan. Yost, Pace, Tregesser. Going from third base to second base. Elisa Koshi is the first baseman for Indiana Wesleyan. Worley is the catcher. Wyatt, Bell, and Buck in the outfield. And Alyssa Wagner is the starting pitcher for Indiana Wesleyan. She is 13-2 on the season. Her 20th appearance of the year. Her 17th start. She has walked 52, and that's a number that does catch your attention. But she has overcome that by striking out 123 on the season.
Well, nothing more comforting for a coach, whether it be baseball or softball, to watch your pitcher walk the bases loaded and strike out the side. It's always real good for the heart and good for the blood pressure.
Good to see Mike Carmen at today's game. It's rare that he gets to attend games as a fan. One of the top college sports writers in the Midwest and covers a variety of things for the Lafayette Journal and Courier. It's weird for him to go to a game and not be up here with us in the press box. He has made a flyby to say hello to us. And here's Savannah Harwager. She is a junior from Seymour, but she attended Single A Trinity Lutheran High School. 385 for Savannah on the season. 4 home runs, 18 runs batted in. And again, anytime you see a lefty leadoff hitter, you immediately think, okay, put the ball down, but he has shown some power throughout the course of the year as well. 7 of the 9 starters have homered at some point in time this year for Marian, as that's over for a strike. Stotts and Norman, batters 3 and 4 in Scott Fleming's lineup, both have 11 home runs this season. This one lofted, shortstop, able to back up a step or two, that's Pace, and there's quickly one down. Here's Jenna Minix that will step to the plate for Marian. Freshman from Plainfield. Batting .363 this year is Jenna. 2 home runs and 22 runs batted in. Starting center fielder. Glance from the pitcher at that wristband for her signals as to pitch and location. Off speed misses outside. 1-0 the count. It is a chilly day, but very sunny day. Trying to put the bunt down. Minix spins that one foul. 1-1 the count. A little bit of a breeze, but I'm not sure it has much of an impact on today's game.
No, it's actually a beautiful day comparatively to what we've had all spring. Certainly it is. But this is good softball weather. Again, beautiful sunny day. Maybe just a slight chill in the air, but it won't affect the players. They're out there. They're moving. They're working. They're thinking. They'll be just fine.
For April 16th, it's a bit cold. Compared to what we've had so far this winter, or this spring, well, I said winter. It tells you all you know about spring. It's like the best day of the spring so far. 1-2 the count. Good plate discipline by Minix. Wagner unable to locate that outside corner just yet. And not only does pitcher look at that wristband, players do too, so they know what's coming. Minix may have known what was coming, didn't matter. Couldn't catch up to the outside tailing fastball, and there's 2 away.
Well, they're clearly trying to stay away from her there. I think the pitch before was actually, she was trying to hit the corner, but she didn't care if she missed outside, hoping the batter would swing, and if she made contact at all, it would be something weak, but certainly stayed away from it.
So here is Shelby Stotts. senior from Warren Central High School. Late decision, grazed the glove of the pitcher. Stott's flying down the line. Still recorded as a put out in time. Put that 1-4-3 in your scorebooks. We have played one here at Marian. Scoreless after an inning. Back in 30 seconds as you're watching Marian softball here on the ISC Sports Network.
Every day we go farther, try harder, and do things others think are impossible. But for people who are passionate about what they do, it's normal. At Ortho Indy, we make sure of it. As the largest sports medicine group in Indiana and the official orthopedic provider for the Pacers, our specialists work to treat your injury from diagnosis to recovery and get you back in the game, because you were built to perform. Ortho Indy Sports Medicine, helping you get normal back, whatever your normal looks like.
Let's thank our good friends at AAA Roofing. When it rains, it pours, so trust the pros at AAA Roofing. That's who we call. Today is Alumni Day here at Marian University. Several former players were honored before today's game. And also recognized was Mike Henderson. He was passed away in the last few months, and Mike is the man that started the softball program here at Marian University and was frankly a part of the greater Marian University community for 3 to 4 decades. And we'll make sure we recognize Mike today, and you'll see it frequently. Show you the shot of Olivia Stunkel in the pitching circle. The initials MH are on the Marian jerseys, recognizing Mike's contributions to this program and university. Strike called, and Countyman's up at 1-1. You see the MH on that left shoulder. McKenna Waddell, the DP, ground ball. Pitcher couldn't get it. Second baseman might, but couldn't get the throw off in time. That's an infield single. So second base hit and 5 batters to the plate for Indiana Wesleyan.
Well, and once again, the Wildcats have a runner on, so we'll see whether or not they try to play something or just kind of let the hitters hit.
Now, Yost is the player that really is the stolen base threat at the top of the lineup for Indiana Wesleyan. Here's Cameron Buck from Shenandoah High School. Right fielder. In for a strike. Cameron batting .293. 7 home runs and 24 runs batted in.
That Buck name up there around that Pendleton area seems to be somewhat common.
To give you an idea, Waddell does not have a stolen base yet this year, so it's probably Buck's job to get her over or get her in. Iwu checking in at 33-6 on the year. Marian at 26-5. Line drive that turns foul. Way down the third base line is the head coach at Indiana Wesleyan, Steve Babinski. Going through the signals. High and in tight.
Medina giving a little bit to think about. Getting a huge lead there. Grace Meyer, the catcher, wanted to throw behind her.
Turns on this one, sends it foul, count it 2-2. Off-speed pitch in the dirt. Runner does try to advance, and let's change that stolen base total for the season, shall we?
Well, the ball was in the dirt, making it difficult for Meyer to come up with it cleanly, and honestly, that's really the difference. Just that slight delay, that slight bobble was just enough.
So the count runs full. Popped up. Field should hold it. Shortstop, third baseman. Third baseman's got it. Nobody covered the bag, but third baseman Green wasn't too far away where the runner with Waddell was thinking about an advance, and there's one away.
Well, nicely done there by the Marian Knight defense. Haley Green was able to get over there in foul territory, find the fence. Good fundamental softball there. Make sure her footing was safe. Don't have to worry about getting hurt or crashing into anything. Making the catch, and yeah, you're right. Probably shortstop should have rotated over and covered third.
Here's Koshi. That one sails away, ball 1. We referenced top 2 teams in the conference from a record standpoint. Indiana Wesleyan 18-3, Marian 16-4. Mount Vernon, Nazarene, and Taylor are not too far behind, and there's a big gap to everybody else from that point. This one misses, little high, little inside. 2-0 the count. Marian has the longest win streak of any team in the league as they have won 9 consecutive games. They have gone from a somewhat slow by their lofty standard start of 7-4 in the league as Koshi swings through that one, 2-1 the count, to now 16-4, which frankly that is kind of the norm for this Marian program, as they have made the last 6 NAIA national tournaments. Sky high pop up. Second baseman, first baseman. Second baseman couldn't get it. Ball moved late. They'll throw to third, try to get the advancing runner. But an error against the Knights put runners on the corners at first and third.
Yeah, it's really hard to tell, Greg. We're going to see, hopefully on the replay, whether it was that just wind, sun. But Phillips went over there and just was under it, had plenty of time, and ball just kind of caromed off her glove. You're going to see it, the replay here. See where she places her glove, and then, yeah, probably that get a little bit of the wind.
Yep.
You know, because she had her glove set, and then all of a sudden you saw the glove drift.
So an error. And when you've got two teams that are separated by so little, an error can make a big difference on a day like this.
Medina heads up on the base pass there, was able to advance.
This is number 8 hitter in the lineup for Indiana Wesleyan, and Julianne Bell, junior from Lagodi. That's in for a strike.
First and third situations are always so difficult for a coach and for a defense. Obviously, the opposing team, if they have first and third, can play some games, and you got to be ready for all of them.
Line drive caught. Should be a double up. They'll throw back and then get her in time. And because the runner at first base, I think the second baseman, third baseman's like, hey, look at first.
Yeah.
I'm not sure she had the time to turn either one of them. Importantly for Marian, you get the second out of the inning.
Yeah, if you had a shot at all, you're going to see the replay here. It's probably the play at first. It looks to me if she looks at first, to use the same word twice in a row in a sentence, she probably gets the double play.
She frankly never looked at first base. Strike called. So here's Pace, the shortstop, batting .281. Has 8 runs batted in this season. Pace attended Southwood High School, just outside of Wabash. Well hit, left center field. Center fielder drifting back, hand against the wall, and makes the play perfectly. Minix could not have done it any better. And Marian avoids the problem from the error with runners on first and third. We have played an inning and a half here at Marian University. Still scoreless in this Crossroads League battle on ISC. So back here at Marian, Greg Rakestraw, Jim Leisure with you on the ISC Sports Network. Let's thank our tremendous ISC Sports Network crew. Alan Hughes, Wes Wolf, Sean Walker, Rob Lynch, Vincent Morelez, and the rest of our ISC Sports Network team. Thanks to Mitch Huppert and the good folks at Marian University for having us out today. Sierra Norman will be leading things off for Marian. Cleanup hitter, batting .394 on the season. 11 home runs and 29 runs batted in. Sierra, a sophomore from Columbus North High School.
She is just looking for a pitch to drive, hopefully catch something over the middle of the plate, a mistake, put a charge in it.
Makes contact on that one. Good late movement on that offering by Alyssa Wagner. Alyssa, a sophomore from Monroe, Ohio. Pop up the shortstop, strikeout, and a ground ball back to the pitcher. Deflected the second baseman the last First 3 batters of the day for Marian. That one caught a speck of black on the corner. 1-2 the count.
Well, the catcher Worley lined up just out there. And, you know, when the ball is delivered there, sometimes a lot of umpires will give you that call because they see the gloves, like you said, just on the corner and the ball hit it.
Said speck was not hit on that one. 2-2.
For umpires, it's a relatively easy call. If they move the glove out, you know, it's outside.
I like the pitch sequencing there by Wagner. After outside, try to bust the hitter inside.
Absolutely. If she does swing, you know, she's at best probably going to hit it off the hands and pop it up or ground it out weakly, but almost hit her.
Full count. Nicely done. Foul tip back in the mitt. Second strikeout and 4 batters faced, 1 down.
Nice job by Miranda Worley behind the plate there to squeeze that foul tip. You know, sometimes you don't want to give a good hitter like Norman an extra opportunity. You don't squeeze that ball, she gets another life.
Here's Haley Green, third baseman, freshman from Hamilton Heights High School.
It's under the bench on the tennis court. Under the bench on the tennis court.
That was an example there where the catcher set up outside, then moved outside, easy call ball.
So the count is 1-0. And 2-0. Advantage here for the freshman. Batting .274, 3 home runs, and 13 runs batted in. Much like every spring sport here in the Midwest, schedules have been very fluid. This Marian softball team over the course of the last few weeks.
Yeah, you just have springs like that, Greg, sometimes where if you coach long enough, you just have springs where you just can't get games in, games get rained out, you reschedule them, the reschedule gets rained out. You have other springs where it's 85 degrees the whole time.
Ball 4. Like we said, Wagner has had a propensity to walk batters this season. So the first base runner of the game for Marian comes by way of the bases on balls, and so the catcher and Grace Meyer will step up. Meyer, a freshman from Seymour High School. So one of 2 Seymour natives on the team, but the 2 players attended the 2 high school options you have living in Seymour, Indiana. Grace and Owl before becoming a Marian Knight. .344 batter, 3 home runs, 16 runs batted in, pop up. Could be a problem. Third baseman charges, make sure it's not a problem. Well done by Yost. Runner at second, 2 down.
And that play's a lot tougher than probably it looks. You know, in the scorebook, it just goes as a 5-3, but that ball had some nasty spin on it. It wasn't hit hard, so you're charging the ball while it spins. Really, like you said, nice job by Jenny Yost.
So Caroline Roop, freshman from Carmel. So it strikes you how many freshmen we're saying in the lineup for Coach Fleming's team. Caroline played at Carmel a year ago, a Carmel team that was really good offensively, was not great in the pitching department. You and I saw them playing against New Pal about this time a year ago. Our partner Jim and I do a lot of high school baseball and softball in Hancock County and area.
Yeah, and it's funny, too, because you have great programs sometimes, and then when they just don't have any pitching, Franklin Central is an example of this year. Franklin Central, Kathy Stricker does a great job. They're generally very good. This year they're struggling, but when you look at the 5 or 6 ladies that she's pitched, their ERAs are 6s and 7s, and it's hard to win when you're giving up 7 and 8 runs.
Misses inside. And the count works its way to 3-1. Root batting .400 this year.
Good pitch to hit here, just like 2-0. You're looking for your favorite pitch. If it's close, put a bat on it.
She does. Inside out swing, right fielder coming in, plays it perfectly. That was Buck on the charge, and the inning is over. So zeros on the board, and we have played 2 in this first of 2 from Marian. Scoreless. We're back for the top of the 3rd next here on the ISC Sports Network. back to the top of the third inning we go. Top of the lineup will roll through here for Indiana Wesleyan. Yost, Tregesser, and Worley. Today's game on the ISC Sports Network, presented in part by Pepsi. Grab a Pepsi and some friends and get in the game. Pepsi, proud partner of the Marian University Knights. Jim, what did you see in that last play to end the inning?
These are things that just annoy coaches. You know, there's 2 outs, runner on second base, and a line drive, really, that we weren't even sure was going to get down. And the runner on second base went back and tagged. There's 2 outs, okay? I mean, you're running on contact. Even if she does catch its third out of the inning, she did. But if that ball skips and you're running, you score. If it skips and you're not running because you're standing on second, you probably don't. Little things that annoy coaches.
There's Yost. Again, slap contact hitter. Batting .434 on the season, has all of 1 run batted in, but has scored 41 times. It's exactly what you want your leadoff hitter to do. Third baseman and second baseman are playing close enough that they can hear Yost's inner monologue at this point, and the count is 0-2.
And I would imagine, Greg, that Coach Fleming or one of his assistants, I'm sure, has made that point to the base runner and the other ladies on the bench. Now, you know, again, you got to coach them all, just not the ones that are in the game. You can coach them all.
And this one's slap foul. And again, this is meeting 3 and 4 of the season between these two teams today, and that is the plan. For those that are new to college softball, or at least at this level, 10 teams in the Crossroads League. You play all your opponents 4 times, 2 home, 2 road, as long as you can get those games in from a scheduling standpoint. We referenced the issues that Marian has had getting games in this year, so much to the point where they have basically, normally you would schedule like some midweek non-conference games. They have ditched those at this point with just 2 weeks of the regular season left to go. This one sails high. The count goes to 2-2. By the way, our cameras will be back here on May 5th and May 6th for the Crossroads League tournament. Regardless of how the season plays out, the conference tournament is here this year. And now from 0-2, Yost has worked the count to a full count at 3-2.
Yeah, if you're Yost or Coach Babinski, you got to be very pleased with this at bat.
Ground ball, third baseman, Fields, fires, got her by a step. Second verse, same as the first. Ground ball to the third baseman, Green, ready for the activity, and there's one down.
Very nicely done by Green there. Again, you don't have a lot of time, especially with Yost running down the first base line. You got to field it cleanly, get the ball to a throwing position, and snap it across.
Yost, by the way, has more than 40 steals, so when you record her as an out, as once again Green, ready for the more solid contact. She has fielded her position perfectly today. There's 2 down. To finish the thought on Yost, if she's gone on first, she's getting on second.
Yeah,
it's automatic.
Yeah, base hits and walks are doubles.
So here's Worley. Struck out looking last time up.
Haley Green doing a nice job down there on the old hot corner.
Again, just a freshman. Sent to right center field. Right fielder had it played perfectly. That is wiry, and she will come up to bat when we get to the bottom of the third inning. Again, we'll briefly step away. Another 0 goes on the board as you're watching on the ISC Sports Network.
Pat Sullivan here for the Michaelis Corporation. They've been in business for 35-plus years. I'm here with the owner, Richard Michaelis. Hey, Richard, what's the key to the growth over the last 35 years?
Pat, I believe being a family-owned local business that is involved in the community has a lot to do with it.
All right, so you have a lot of services. Tell us about some of those services.
We're really, really strong in the emergency services, smoke, fire damage restoration, storm and water damage restoration, all while working with your insurance company. We also do mold remediation, basement and crawl space waterproofing, foundation repair, and roof repair. We are a full-service company.
All right, as to the owner, we know you wear a lot of hats. What do you do day to day?
I really love being out in the field working with our clients. It gives me a great opportunity to understand their needs so we can take care of them.
Your hands-on approach, I think, is a lot to do with the success of Michaelis. If you find yourself needing their services, give them a call anytime, 24/7 at 844-FIX-INDY. The Michaelis Corporation. Construct, renovate, restore.
Greg Rakestraw, Jim Leisure with you. This game being played like these two teams are renting the facility here in the bottom of the third inning.
Yeah, or like the rain is coming now. You know, we've all seen games, though, when the rain is actually coming and both teams kind of take their sweet time taking the field and getting between innings, and these young ladies are getting in and out like you said, like they're someplace they need to be.
Abby Wiry, junior from Lebanon. Usually we say the rule is you make a spectacular defensive play, you automatically lead the next inning off. I wouldn't say her defensive play was spectacular. It was very solid.
Yep.
Handled her chance in right field quite well. And sprays this one towards the general position. I assume that's Robin Lynch up in the catbird seat today. Our lift behind home plate, thanks to our friends at McAllister's that provide that excellent camera angle to you today. Abby batting .289 this season, 3 home runs and 17 runs batted in. Pop straight up, and this one only right atop Jim's head. You all right?
Got my attention.
Okay.
Was not expecting that big boom. I thought it was going to carry the press box and land behind us.
The answer was no. It did not.
It did not.
Count it 2-2. Again, this one sent foul. That one had enough velocity. It might have gotten into the neighborhood behind us, behind the tree line.
Yeah, it's one of those unique aspects of having a university located in a major metropolitan area. A lot of times you're very close to homes. In this case, we are.
We are on the western edge of campus here at Marian. This one sails and misses out of the zone. The count runs full at 3-2. Baseball field directly to our north. 8 beautiful tennis courts directly to our south. Payoff pitch. Strike 3, absolutely. Wiry thought that was going to be inside. That thing cut back over the inside corner. Right call by the umpire. Great pitch by Wagner. There's one away.
Yeah, just great movement on the pitch. You're going to see the replay here, and has the ball just kind of looks like it's going to, like you said, go inside, and just comes back over the corner. And good call, and just really good at bat there by Wiry, but then also a really good at bat for the pitcher as well. There's a game within a game every play.
A strike is called. This is Phillips, the second baseman. Caitlin batting .303. Junior from Crown Point High School. Slapper, third baseman's got it. Knew she had the time. Took a couple of steps to set herself. Fires over. That's Yost. You would think that Yost, as a slap hitter, would know exactly how to play that ball at third base, and there's 2 down.
Yeah, and like you said, it's so important that when you have the time, take the time. Go ahead, set your feet, make a good throw. Don't rush things. Know your hitters, know your runners, know who's coming out of the box. All those things are important to a fielder.
So, first trip through the lineup and no base hits yet from Marian. Harmar's going to do the bunt. Pitcher has other ideas. Close play, but second baseman covering. Able to make the play, and the inning is over. Again, a 0 goes on the board, and we are through 3 here at Marian. Back in a moment on the ISC Sports Network.
You have enough on your plate. Let McAllister Rentals' wide selection of equipment help. With an extensive equipment selection and experienced people, McAllister Rentals and the Cat Rental Store is your one-stop shop for all your equipment needs. You know we can help you with the big jobs, from moving dirt to getting you in the air. But did you also know that we can handle your smaller equipment needs with equipment like generators and water pumps? McAllister Rentals has made its mark with locations throughout Indiana and now Michigan. We pride ourselves on our reliable equipment, fast service, and knowledgeable people. Visit us online today or give us a call. McAllister Rentals, helping build Indiana since 1945.
Now you see what has taken place so far the first 4 innings, and offensively the answer is not much. 3 base runners for Indiana Wesleyan, 1 for Marian. Today's game presented in part by BSN Sports. They are the preferred provider of apparel for Marian University Athletics. Thank you, Bob Kaiser, all the great folks at BSN Sports. So for Indiana Wesleyan, 4, 5, and 6, Wyatt, Waddell, and Buck. This one lifts out of the zone, 1-0 the count. Wyatt, a liner to the first baseman. And Norman, the last time up. And we are scheduled to play 7 in game number 1. About a 25-minute break between contests, and we'll go ahead and play 7 again after that. Marian has had some run rule shortened games as of late. I think either of these two teams would tell you they'd be stunned if one of these two games were of the run rule variety.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen. What's more likely is we may go 14 innings in the first game, and instead of playing 2 sevens, we may go 114.
You cannot say that this early in the broadcast.
I'm just telling you. I've had this as a coach. You get this feeling. It's like, we'll never score, neither will they.
High and in tight, 3-1 to count. I'm going to have to squelch a cameraman riot just for you saying that on the broadcast.
Hey, I'm not hoping for that. I have to be at work at Monday, too. You know what I'm saying?
And that's ball 4. And for Stunkel, that is just the 13th walk she has issued and just shy of 75 innings pitched this year. And it is the second time in as many innings that the leadoff runner is aboard for Indiana Wesleyan.
See, that's kind of living dangerously, if you will. Eventually, teams will get somebody on, over, and in if you keep giving them bases.
That's in for a strike. Taking that after the walk, taken all the way that time was Waddell, who reached on a single last time up. Ground ball that deflected, was hit hard, deflected off the pitcher's glove. And again, to give you an idea as to the tenor of this game, here's your number 5 hitter that just thought about putting down a bunt.
Yeah, I mean, again, you know that it's probably going to be a 1-run game. Now, whether it's 1-0, 2-1, 4-3, you don't know, but runs are going to be a premium here.
Off speed, hit the corner. Well, after a rare walk, Stunkel brought her A material. Good afternoon, good evening, and good night. One away.
Well, that's what you got to do. You got to battle. You got to battle every at-bat. Nice pitch. Fooled the hitter.
By the way, Stunkel, a freshman from a tremendous softball program, Gibson Southern High School. Ground ball, this will be foul. I believe I remember right that Gibson Southern is a 3A enrollment school, but they have now played in 4A in softball for many years because of their tradition of success. I know that just a few blocks down the road, saw them at a state final a few years ago at the 3A level, back when those games were held at Ben Davis High School.
Yeah, the softball state finals at the high school in Indiana has bounced around a little bit. Used to be they were either at Carmel, Ben Davis,
Yep.
and then because of construction and different things, kind of started moving around.
They're going back to Bittinger Stadium this year at Purdue. That's in on the inside corner for a strike, 1-2 the count. Now, obviously 2 years ago, no state finals, no state tournament, no season for the spring sports. Last year, because of COVID restrictions, Center Grove High School stepped in and filled in. Oh, my goodness.
Nasty.
You could see that coming off the hip of Stunkel. Corkscrew that time, and there's 2 away.
Yeah, just a nasty pitch here. You're going to see the replay again, and almost illegal.
Yep. That was a buckler from the start. And Buck, nothing you can do about that. 2 down. Here's Koshi. Popped up to the second baseman, but Phillips dropped it in her previous plate appearance.
Well, Becca White on first base has 10 stolen bases out of 11 attempts. So when she goes, she's normally successful. And again, in a game where 1 hit and 1 run could make the difference.
This one smacked center fielder on it. Well done by Minix. That's as hard hit of a ball as we have seen today. And the leadoff walk comes back to do no damage for Marian. We are midway through this one, at least for what is scheduled. Still zeros between Iowa and Marian as you're watching on the ISC Sports Network.
Meet Chip. 30 years ago, he started a small business with a big idea. Today, there's a new building, a new fleet of equipment, and a new era of leadership. But we know Chip, and at Indiana Members Credit Union, we know he plans to keep growing, building business with the next generation. IMCU is here to help with secure and simple account management tools and commercial financing to grow business. Today, it's all about Chip. Tomorrow, it's all about you. Because at IMCU, it's you that matters.
A week ago, we were on campus to watch the Marian baseball program. They split a doubleheader with the Grace Lancers. Marian men are playing up at Spring Arbor today in Michigan. Put up 5 in the top of the first inning. Todd Bacon's team has been on a tear in games played this week. Hope to continue that this afternoon with 2 up at Spring Arbor. Keep you posted as to how that game is going along. 2, 3, and 4 coming up here for Coach Fleming in the bottom half of the fourth. Minix, Stotts, and Norman. And I would say that Minix's catch in center field warranted the great defensive play. She gets the lead off the end.
I would agree. Nicely done. Those line drives straight at you are difficult.
Puts the bunt down. Yost charges. Second baseman got there in time, and bang, bang play. Well, clearly Marian's reading something. They've had back-to-back hitters try for bunt base hits. And Indiana Wesleyan's fielded them perfectly both times, one down.
Well, that's why you work on all that stuff. You work on your bunt defense. You work on your first and thirds. You do that stuff daily. You work on your rundowns, all those fundamental things, so that if you get in a situation like this, as you see the catcher signaling out to set the defense.
Here's Stotts. Hit it hard off the pitcher's glove last time up. That one misses. Stotts batting .465. She's got 46 runs batted in. To give you some perspective on that, this is Marian's 32nd game of the year. That thing found the groove in terms of looking right over the dish. 1-1 the count.
Well, both pitchers are doing a fantastic job, defensively, too, behind them. Haven't been a ton of strikeouts here. Been some really nice plays in the field.
1-1 offering. Again, found that outside corner. 1-2 the count. This has been a front corner of the plate strike zone today, which is what it should be. And knowing that last pitch was a strike, Stotts has to extend the hands to keep the at-bat alive. 1-2 the count.
Well, a lot of pitchers at every level like to stay outside. Again, the argument being less chance of a power hit, a power drive. You can still drive the ball the other way.
If I know I'm getting that corner as a pitcher, whether it's baseball or softball, I am doing my best Tom Glavine. I am never putting the ball on the inside corner of the plate until I see the hitter move to react, and then I'm busting that hitter inside.
No, I've said that all along, but of course that's the key, is that kind of control, that kind of command.
And the count goes to 2-2.
Yeah, I broadcasted a lot of games where, and you say, man, just stay right there.
Yep.
I mean, don't move. A little easier said than done. I mean, the really good ones can. I mean, they can live at that corner, and a lot of them try, and then they make a mistake, and the ball drifts.
Comes back inside. Good reaction. That one hit the batter on deck. Luckily, Norman's all right. They're going to make sure she's okay. They'll get a fresh softball, too. But kind of the whole point of that trip was just the umpire, hey, you all right?
Yeah.
She kind of got a hand up and kind of deflected off of her.
Yeah, the home plate umpire does a nice job. Like you said, a lot of times they'll go out and they'll dust off the plate. They'll just give you extra time, make sure, even though the plate really doesn't need it.
The plate appreciates it.
Certainly.
Yeah. 2-2. Comes back with the rise ball. And again, Stotts couldn't catch up. Well done by Wagner. Pitching battle for sure, 2 down.
Just took a little bit off of it there, just changed the speed. Hitting is so much timing. And obviously, if you can keep the hitters off balance, you're as a pitcher, that's what you want to do.
I feel like channeling my inner Howard Kelman. Pitching is disrupting timing.
That's what it is. And
Norman watches that one go by. So Wagner has a strikeout in each inning so far. Puts her above 125 on the season.
I told hitters for years, too, you're going to get your favorite pitch one time at each at bat. So when you see it, you might want to put a bat on it. Don't foul it off. Don't look at it. Hit it. Because that pitch, that was a difficult pitch. If you swing at that pitch, it was a strike. But it was on the outside corner just barely. Even if you hit it, you're probably going to ground out.
2-1.
So wait on a pitcher to make a mistake. They will. I mean, they make mistakes even, at the highest levels of college softball. And when they do, be ready to bust it.
Pop straight up, but will get out of play. Indiana Wesleyan has used 5 different starting pitchers this year. Clearly, Wagner has been their ace. This is her 17th start. It's the 40th game of the year for Indiana Wesleyan. Job to lay off of that one by Norman. Wagner looking to complete her 92nd inning of work on the season. And look into the dugout, and every player looks at that wristband to know what's coming. Popped up, first baseman, gets the dugout, going to be close, makes the play. Koshi takes care of it. And now 8 successive Marian batters been retired. To the top of the 5th we go. Scoreless at Marian University as you're watching on the ISC Sports Network.
With a big idea. Today, there's a new building, a new fleet of equipment, and a new era of leadership. But we know Chip, and at Indiana Members Credit Union, we know he plans to keep growing, building business with the next generation. IMCU is here to help with secure and simple account management tools and commercial financing to grow business. Today, it's all about Chip. Tomorrow, it's all about you. Because at IMCU, it's you that matters.
Still scoreless going to the top of the 5th in game 1 of this doubleheader. Greg Rakestraw, Jim Leisure with you here on the ISC Sports Network. Just a reminder, Marian fans, that joining the M Club is the absolute best way to support student athletes at Marian University. Log on to MUKnights.com for more information. That is part of the Olivia Stunkel fan club you see there, wearing the Gibson Southern gear. Of course, Gibson Southern drew the state's attention by winning the 3A football state championship at Lucas Oil Stadium. You and I both had the chance to broadcast state championship games this year. Were you on the radio call of the 3A game, my friend?
I think I did 1 and 2.
Okay. Ground ball. Second baseman over to first, and frankly, that was a good decision by Stunkel. Because if she can't get to that, that's a base hit.
Yeah.
Let your second baseman handle it. Bell retired. There's one away. Brady Allen, the star at Gibson Southern this past year. The quarterback at Purdue. He's still beyond the Purdue Rush. Not sure he's the quarterback next year. He is the quarterback at some point in time at Purdue University.
One would think. I mean, he has
Mr.
a
Football
fantastic
this year.
Yeah.
In for a strike. Here's McKenna Pace. So this is the second trip through the lineup. Only one time so far for innings has Stunkel retired a 1-2-3 inning. She has moved around 4 base runners without giving up a run. That one misses low. And the count at 1-1.
But unfortunately, we need a run scored here by somebody.
And if Pace were to get on, I wouldn't expect her to run. She's had 1 stolen base on the season, so maybe see a pinch runner try to swipe it back.
This one, right field. Right fielder drifting over. Makes the play, a step into foul territory. That's Widery, and there's 2 down.
Batting for the Wildcats, number 17, Jenna Yost.
So Yost.
Well, we talked about it earlier, Greg. If she gets on, she's a huge, huge threat to steal second, and then your 2-hole can come up here and slap something through and get a run.
Both balls been to the third baseman. Taken all the way that time, 1-0 the count. What a reaction by Green. Green, luckily, that was at her knee and not about 3 feet higher. But Yost slammed it towards the third baseman. Made the play off her heel. And look right here. This is 30 feet away. I got it, no problem. And I note that Green plays that position and does not wear a face mask. We're still scoreless through 4.5. Back after this on ISC.
So much support from my advisors.
The nursing program is why I chose Marian.
I'm studying to be a teacher.
I chose Marian for the business program.
Marian University, an exceptional education and an unforgettable experience. Apply today for full scholarship consideration at marian.edu.
The minute I stepped foot on campus, I didn't want to leave.
The nursing program is why I chose Marian.
I'm studying to be a teacher.
I'm a business major.
I love Marian University.
An exceptional education and an unforgettable experience. Apply today for full scholarship consideration at marian.edu.
So to the bottom of the 5th we go. We have played approximately 50 minutes of softball so far. And the bottom of the 5th, as you can see, not a lot of offense so far. These are 2 all around great teams, but ace versus ace, pitching his one out so far.
Well, pitching and defense, again, both pitchers, I think, 4 and 3 strikeouts respectively. So, I mean, not overwhelming performances from the mound, but some really nice defensive plays like the last one there to end the inning.
And for the 3rd inning in a row, the player that recorded the last putout comes to lead off the next inning. And Haley Green has made the most spectacular defensive play of the day. She comes to the plate here. Off the end of the bat. Second baseman's got it. It was a full swing, but obviously not a lot of distance traveled on that one. And Green had been the only base runner so far for Marian today by way of a walk. She has retired for the first time. Here's Meyer. That hits the outside corner for a strike. Meyer, a ground ball to the third baseman last time up. One and one the count. To reference, the Marian team has won their last 9 games. And they have done so in rather dominant fashion.
With that said, I'm sure Coach Fleming will tell you the most important one right now is this one.
You would kind of highlight these 4 games on your schedule every year.
Yep.
2-2. Turns on this one off the hands and gets down for a base hit. So, first hit of the ball game for Marian comes in the bottom half of the 5th inning.
Well, just enough. Obviously wasn't crushed, as you see. She kind of laughs a little bit, looks at the dugout and goes, what? The ball was ripped. Just enough to get down. Marian may have the beginnings of a rally here.
Line drive in the box score.
Yep.
Here's Caroline Roop. Fly ball to right field first time up. That is a wide strike zone today.
Yeah, yet another, though, location execution. Catcher set up, pitcher deliver the ball, nobody moves. Umpire goes, close enough.
Now, it has been consistent.
Yes.
And once you get 5 innings into a game, you adjust to what you see. But if somebody could put a cheeseburger on a base, we call this an Eric Gregg strike zone at this point. 1-1 the count.
Unfortunately for Coach Fleming, he really doesn't have anybody on his bench with, I would call, blazing speed or a lot of stolen bases that isn't already in the game.
Roop looking to bunt. That one misses low and away. 2-1 the count. Wiry awaits on deck for the Knights. Now got her. Hit batter. So the first time that Marian has multiple runners on the base paths, and this is the first real scoring opportunity the Knights have had all day.
We have the 8 and the 9 hole coming up for the Knights. So again, Coach Fleming, if he's got somebody on the bench that he thinks is that pinch hitter that could come in a pinch and deliver a blow, this might be the time.
Wiry struck out looking. Her last time up. Marian team will play doubleheader Monday, doubleheader Tuesday, doubleheader Friday, doubleheader Saturday, to give you an idea in terms of, well, you reference the fact that some non-conference games midweek had been postponed. And while this game commands all of your attention, if you're Marian, the games coming up on Tuesday are awfully big as well, because Mount Vernon Nazarene is the team that is right behind you in the league standings. This one jolted center field. Center fielder looks up. Gone! 3-run bomb by Abby Wiry. Knights are on the board. 3-0 in the home half of the 5th.
Well, she just absolutely tattoos this ball. Now, she's got 3 home runs on the year, so it's not a total surprise, but it is a little bit coming from the 8 hitter in your lineup. But again, we're going to see the replay here. That pitch is just cutting the plate in half, and that is not where Wagner has been all day. She's been on the corners. She makes a mistake, somebody pays.
To put this in perspective, Marian had 1 base runner until 3 batters ago, and within the span of 100 seconds, it's a 3-0 lead in the bottom half of the 5th.
I will tell you sometimes, and I'm not saying just what Wagner did, but sometimes pitchers look at the 8 and the 9 hole and they say, I just got to attack this person.
Absolutely.
She's batting 8th, for a reason. She probably doesn't have a lot of power, doesn't have a lot of pop, and have nothing to worry about. And they just try to get, a fastball past somebody. And Wyrie was just sitting on it. And here we are, 3-0.
For Wagner, it's the 5th home run she has allowed this season. Ground ball, second baseman. Makes the play in time, and there's 2 away. Phillips 0 for 2 today. So Marian has more runs than they have base hits today. Here's Harwager. And it got late early for Indiana Wesleyan in this game.
It certainly did. And, a lot of times you hear in baseball and softball how walks can come back to haunt you, and they just always seem to get in. I don't know how. Normally as a broadcaster, when I say that, they never do. They get stranded out there. But that's an example. You give up a walk, you hit a pitcher, that's 2 free bags. Both of them come back to haunt you.
Harwager watches that go by for a strike. Harwager trying to bunt her way on for a base hit last time, and popped up to the shortstop in her 2 previous plate appearances. That one tails away, 2-1 the count.
Well, if you're a listener with Wagner, you got to respond here. You can't just let that, it's over, it's done. The next pitch is the most important one.
3-1.
As she falls behind, like you said, 3-1, because you certainly know, it's bad enough that you gave up 3. You don't want to turn 3 into 4 or 5.
Wagner, again, has a few walks mixed into her kind of arsenal. And Harwager was going to take that one the entire way. Now it's full 3-2.
Yeah, again, because I think Coach Fleming saw it too. She seemed to be struggling a little bit with location, some other things.
Good contact, but that'll spin foul. Good job by Yost to just let that one get out of play and try it again. Well, as you mentioned, Wyrie, her 4th home run of the season. So Marian as a team, they're 41st of the year. So they average more than 1 per game. There is some bullpen activity, by the way, in case needed for Indiana Wesleyan. This one scampers the coach down the first base line.
A nice job by Savannah here, too. Just, again, if the pitcher is starting to struggle, maybe with confidence or whatever, just give her a really nasty long at bat to think about.
Liner, that'll get down for a base hit. Well, second and third time through the lineup, Marian starting to figure some things out here.
Yeah, as is sometimes the case, hitters come up and they realize, okay, how did she set me up the first at bat? How did she set me up the second at bat? And again, if she tries those same things, I'm ready. That's why a pitcher and a catcher have to remember how they set up each hitter and try to change things up.
Here's Minix, and she too was retired as a putout, trying to put a bunt down for a base hit last time. Now that you're seeing some success at the plate for Marian batters, any sort of bunt now is try to move a runner over. Yeah. Obviously not in this scenario with 2 outs.
With 2 outs, but she was just a little behind that pitch. Obviously, again, was kind of guessing something off speed, didn't get it.
Sails high, 1-1 the count. As my partner alluded to earlier, it's a Marian team that doesn't try to steal bases a lot, but Harwager is the team leader in that for Marian with 17.
And, not a bad place here with 2 outs and the 2-hole up. If she does get thrown out, you start the next inning with the 2-hole. Certainly not a bad place to be. But if she's safe, you got a runner in scoring position. Little base knock scores another.
Good pitch. And we are lined up right with that inside corner on right-handers and saw that thing break across the zone.
Yeah, pitch just tied her up.
Yep.
She really didn't have any. She couldn't offer anything, so she didn't.
If I was Minix, I'd have laid off of that one too. And then good combination. Go inside, go outside, swing and a miss. Wagner battles back, but the damage certainly done for the Marian Knights. They send 7 to the plate. They send 3 across home plate. All with one swing from Abby Wiry. 3-0 after 5 here on the ISC Sports Network.
Still waiting? You could have been seen by an orthopedic specialist at Ortho Indy Urgent Care. Avoid the wait, cost, and drama of the ER. Ortho Indy Urgent Care. Orthopedic care without the drama. Find a location near you.
Meet Zach. Day and night, rain or shine, even just out for a spin, Zach gets around. But we know Zach, and at Indiana Members Credit Union, we know he's been saving up to trade up. IMCU is here to help Zach and you drive your dream. Now get financing as low as 1.99% APR on a new or used vehicle. Today, it's all about Zach. Tomorrow, it's all about you. Because at IMCU, it's you that matters.
I want to thank our friends at Indiana Members Credit Union. They are proud to support Marian University and offer a free Marian Knights debit card with a free checking account. Get your Knights debit card today and show your support. Visit any IMCU branch or sign up online now at imcu.com. Membership savings required. Federally insured NCUA. And that was as solid of contact as we have seen all day from Indiana Wesleyan. A leadoff stand-up double by Chloe Tregesser.
Well, nice job of just jumping on a pitch, taking it down the left field line here. Again, the pitch was inside, so you can turn on it and drive it, as opposed we talked about outside pitches. And ball kind of bobbled a little bit in left field. Not sure that it would have mattered.
Well, that's the third base hit of the game for Indiana Wesleyan. Tregesser's got 2 of them. Line to right center. That one smacked down the left field line. Stunkel's next offering is in for a strike. Here's Miranda Worley. Worley, a fly ball to right field. Last time up, strikeout looking the time before that. And this one sprayed foul, heads up Rob, counted 0-2. And as Rob Lynch up in the catbird seat for us to the right of the press box.
Well, this being a 3-hitter here, it'd be a real big deal if you could punch her out right here, right now.
Just missed a bit high. And this one, a 38-footer to home plate.
Yeah, this little waste pitch there. We're just trying to get her to swing at a bad pitch.
That's 2-2.
Now I think you come to her. You got to give her your best pitch here. It's something with a little movement on it, something that's on the corner.
This one smacked to center field. Gets down for a base hit. They'll send the runner home. Ball cut off, no play at the plate. And Indiana Wesleyan on the board, make it 3-1.
Well, credit Worley there for, again, just sticking with it. Down 0-2 and just battled. Watched a couple bad pitches, a couple basically enticement-type pitches.
So for Worley, that is her 50th RBI of the season. And for Marian, that is the first run they have given up in their last 4 games. They had beaten Bethel in the back half of a doubleheader and then swept Spring Arbor with putting goose eggs on the board. So that's a streak of about 23-ish innings without giving up a run. Courtesy runner in for Worley, the catcher for Indiana Wesleyan. Swing and a miss. Well, you've got a little cushion. Aubrey Gearhart, by the way, the player that is in to run for Worley. Here's Wyatt. Shortstop knocks it down, but couldn't make the play, and I'm not sure she has a play regardless there. Kind of going away from the bag. And all of a sudden, both offenses are fired up.
Yeah, you wonder where they've been all day, because right now it's just everybody making good, solid contact, hitting them where they ain't. And I agree with you. I don't think she had a play either way. keeping the infield. I don't know that the runner on second would have even tried. It would have been in left field, easy throw to third.
So tying run now is at first base for Indiana Wesleyan. Go-ahead run is at home plate for the Wildcats. McKenna Waddell, the DP, struck out looking last time up. Couldn't connect on the outside corner. Trying to put a bunt down. Foul ball back into the mitt. Counted 0-2. Waddell batting .364. 3 home runs, 15 runs batted in. Did have a walk and a stolen base her first time up. This one lifted, shortstop back, couldn't make the play. Could be a play at third, but she slipped. Another ball that just tailed away from Harwager. And again, the path that Marian followed in the bottom half of the fifth. Indiana Wesleyan's following right back in the top of the sixth.
Yeah, again, unfortunately, when it rains, it pours. You know, that ball was just out of the reach of the shortstop. Bases loaded here, obviously force anywhere.
That is officially ruled as a hit. So the base is loaded. Here's Buck. This is inside. Corner infielders in, middle infielders kind of heading that direction too. So if there's an infield ground ball, ball's coming home. This one sent everybody scampering down the third baseline.
Well, she had an absolute rip at that thing. I tell you, just a big old Ruthian cut. And
Buckley Jr. from Shenandoah High School.
We talked in the bottom of the last inning about how Marian's hitters were going through the lineup for the third time. This is the same deal for Indiana Wesleyan.
High and in tight, 2-1 against Stunkel. Has walked a batter today, but does not do that very often, meaning the hitters from Wesleyan get something to hit here. And turned on this one, but foul, count it 2-2. Where are you putting this pitch, Coach?
I'll tell you what, I'm changing speeds. I mean, she has absolutely ripped 2 of them. Yeah. So I'm definitely going to throw something off speed. Obviously, you're going to try to locate it as well, but I think the key is to get her off balance.
Tried it. Ball got away, but no advance.
And, of course, the game within the game, she knows that too, right? She's thinking, I have absolutely just tattooed 2 of these. She's going to try to change me up. So, you know, sometimes you can out-coach the coach and outthink yourself. So that one went kind of the way I thought it would.
Nowhere to go. Payoff pitch. Fouled straight back. I was going to say, do you dare throw one that potentially is outside of the zone here if you're Stunkel? So you didn't get the hitter to give chase to something she should not.
Well, again, if I knew that the hitter has a propensity to strike out, yeah, certainly. I mean, if they're not disciplined.
Strike 3 called. Whatever Buck was expecting, it was not that. Big out, 1 down. Second time that Buck has gone down looking. Here's Koshi.
And I do have the season statistics in front of me. I just wasn't able to look that fast to see how many times Buck had struck out on the season.
Swing and a miss. That time she elevated. The answer to your question is Buck now with 23 strikeouts this year. And that is the most amongst Indiana Wesleyan players.
So then to answer your question, yeah, I would have, you know, knowing the hitters, and the coaches know the hitters too, yeah, I would have probably went outside the zone.
Popped up. Again, will get out of play. And the count now 0-2.
Again, this is where you'd like to get a punch out here. You know, you don't want to throw anything over the middle of the plate, but
the definition of pulling the string. The off-speed pitch, and Koshi could count the stitches as it went by the outside corner. 2 away.
Yeah, that's where, again, because it's an off-speed pitch, there may be just enough time to throw the bat at it and maybe foul it off.
Here's Bell. Swing and a miss. Bell, a ground ball to second base last time up. She has hit both balls. She's pulled them both to the right-hand side. One of line drive variety, the other on the ground. Great job by Meyer to keep that one in front of her.
Absolutely, very fundamentally sound there. You don't have a lot of time to react. You got to read the trajectory of the pitch and just react.
And tying runner is at second. Popped up. It'll clear the fence. And Stunkel one pitch away from getting out of the jam after giving up 4 consecutive base hits.
It did.
Which would be huge. Bell has struck out 12 times this season.
A little high. Out of the zone. 2-2.
Good pitch, good decision by the hitter, and good call by the umpire.
Made contact. Over to first. No, safe is the call. Bang, bang play. Base hit. Everybody's safe. It's a 1-run game.
Well, it was bang, bang, and again, just from our angle, which we have the worst angle of anybody, I would have thought they got her. Get a shot over here.
Yep. It was close.
Yeah, I don't know. Got to call something, and he called safe. So.
Yep. So an infield hit and an RBI for Bell. And it's 3-2. Here's Pace.
Now you can sit and second guess whether or not Phillips should have fired it over more as opposed to the underhand, but that takes an extra half second too. So,
and this one will get down for a base hit. 3-3. Play at the plate. Not in time on the tag. Nobody covering third. Make it 4-3. Indiana Wesleyan answers right back. The number 9 hitter with her 9th and 10th RBI of the season.
First and third.
A really good base running there, too, by the runner at second base, realizing nobody's covering third base and just took advantage. And it looks like Coach Babinski's going to either bring in a pinch runner or...
This is Yost's spot in the lineup.
Well, she'll hit. It's just a matter of whether or not he wants to get
right.
somebody.
Maybe not here. Yeah, there'll be a pinch hitter coming up here for Indiana Wesleyan. They'll take Yost's spot out of the lineup.
Pinch hitting for the Wildcats, number 33, McKenna Waddell.
So this is Waddell, and I had Waddell
at
a different spot in the lineup. I had Waddell.
I think that was Trinity Medina.
Correct,
when you
yep. My apologies.
Now, again, Yost has not done much today, but she does bat .434, so interesting decision here.
So here's Waddell. Outside corner for a strike. I don't apologize for getting that wrong in the 5 spot today. So Yost 0 for 3. All contact towards the third baseman.
Of course, Yost does not hit with a lot of power, so she's more of a slap and knock it on the ground and get on type hitter. So perhaps Coach Babinski wants somebody with a little more punch.
Waddell has 15 runs batted in this season. Rolls over top of this one. Second baseman has it over to first. The inning is over. But credit Indiana Wesleyan. Marian goes big fly to take a 3-run lead, and Iwu answers by scoring at 4. Wildcats are back in front. They go to the home half of the 6th here on the ISC Sports Network.
Who's got time for hot dogs and disco music? Your mind's cluttered with thoughts of commercial waste removal. So thank the good Lord above for Ray's Trash. Ray's will collect the intolerable rubbish at all your company's locations up to 6 times a week. That's 42 times in dog weeks. They shred documents and recycle too. And Ray's has roll-off containers for big loads, like construction waste or when your giant dies. Got a business? Get yourself to raystrash.com.
RaiseTrash.com.
Raise Trash.
So all 9 batters come to the plate in the top of the 6th. Wagner is on for her 6th inning of work, and after giving up a 3-run homer, all of a sudden she has the lead handed right back to her. And talk about how big of a game this is for Marian, for Indiana Wesleyan. Again, this is the team that you have been chasing for the last several years in terms of regular season league championships, and that was some championship mettle that was shown by the Wildcats.
Without question, it's just one of those deals where some teams, after giving up 3, will kind of go, oh gosh, the wheels are falling off. And Indiana Wesleyan, they just said, all right, now it's time to go to work.
And that they did. Here's Stotts. Strike called.
But no surprise, as we've talked about all day, these are just 2 really well-coached, good programs.
Number 8 in the country versus number 18 in the country. 1-1 the count. Stott struck out last time. Ground ball to the second baseman before that. 2-1 the count.
Well, if you're Marian, you got 3, 4, 5, and 6 here, so need 1, like to get a couple.
Howard misses. 3-1.
Good pitch, though. Again, starts inside, curves back. Just didn't curve back quite enough.
Marian had 1 base runner the first 4 innings, 4 base runners last inning. Stott sprays that one foul. Stott's one of 4 seniors on this Marian roster, but the only one in the lineup today. Ground ball, second baseman. Stott's flying down the line, that double clutch. Let Stotts reach the base pads.
Yeah, that's a play that should have been made. Ball hit, honestly, not even hard, really, to the second baseman. And she just bobbles it just a little bit and kills for 60-foot base pass. You see that little double clutch, that little bobble there. That's all it takes.
E4. So first Indiana Wesleyan error. Here comes Norman. Tying run at first base. Go ahead run at home plate. And Norman certainly has the capability of going big fly as well. He's got 11 of those this year. Fouled out to the first baseman up against the Indiana Wesleyan dugout her last time up.
And the Wesleyan first baseman, Coach, did a fantastic job of finding the fence.
Norman was thinking big swing on that one, just didn't time it out properly, didn't line it up properly.
You know, those balls over by the fence for both the third baseman and first baseman, if you got a coach that's really good at fungos and they could just hit ball after ball, otherwise just get a pitching machine and just have them pop them up over there, have your players go over, practice finding the dugout.
Well, it had some pop to it, was well out of the zone. Count it 1-2.
I was never that good at fungos. I used a machine.
Turns on this one, but he got under it. Left fielder coming in. Could you get there in time? No. Got a glove to it, but couldn't make the play. That was a lot of room that Wyatt had to cover because she was deep for the cleanup hitter. So Norman gets a reprieve, and the count remains 1-2.
Yeah, I would like to see her leave her feet there. Again, you got nothing to lose. It's a foul ball, so if you don't get it, the runners can't advance. So she hustled, don't get me wrong, but I would like to see that last little effort where you kind of leave your feet.
Ground ball foul. There have not been a lot of long battles in terms of at-bats today.
There have been a handful.
Yep.
There have been a handful of 7 and 8 pitch at-bats, and you know, again, I think the pitchers have won about half of them, and the hitters have won the other half. So
all the damage done late in this game for both teams. Nothing doing that time. 2-2 the count. Green awaits on deck. Scott Fleming asking for confirmation. Make sure that was a 2-2 count. It is.
This will be the 7th pitch of this at-bat. 2 foul balls. And
almost clipped her. Full count. And that ball did not kind of cut back in across the inside corner the way that others of Wagner's have today.
It started in, stayed in.
Yep.
No movement.
Full count. This one, right field. Right fielder barely had to move. Just kind of lofted that way. That's Buck, and there's one down. And that battle won by Alyssa Wagner. So Haley Green, top up the second baseman. Walked in her previous 2 plate appearances. Green batting .274. 3 home runs, 13 runs batted in. Swing and a miss.
You know, you always tell your hitters you want to be very relaxed at the plate and just kind of elbows down. Green's just barely even holding on to the bat with the top hand, but then once the pitcher delivers, she kind of bears down a little bit. That's just, again, that's the definition of just relax. She's choked up a little bit, shortened the bat, quicken it up a little bit, but that right hand's just hanging there right now, and she tightens it up about now.
2-1 to count.
You certainly don't want your hitters to go up there tense. You don't want them to be up there stiff. I like the approach here.
This one will reach the seats. Down at 2-2. And these two teams got together back on March 30th. Indiana Wesleyan won the first half of the doubleheader. Marian claimed the second. Full count. And not surprisingly, game 1, 1-run game. Game 2, 2-run game.
You know, as a player, I loved playing in these kinds of games, these kind of contests.
Popped up, catcher, couldn't get back there in time.
As a coach, it just wore me out. It's like, you know, can't we just play a good 9-1 game every now and then? Let the old coacher spit some seeds and.
Payoff pitch. Owen sprayed foul. So a couple of good at-bats here by the 4 and 5 hitters for Marian. The damage was done by batters 6, 7, and 8 last time through for the Knights, and that's the trio that is due up following Green. Again, hot foul.
And you're exactly right. Haley Green with a great at-bat here. I think this is going to be the 8th pitch of the at-bat, if not the 9th. But I don't get the feeling, though, that Wagner's struggling. It's just that Green's doing a nice job of spoiling good pitches.
One more time. Outside corner, got it. Well done.
Yeah, Wagner's going to struggle. I'll show that guy struggle. Watch this.
And Wagner has a strikeout in every inning so far. That's her 6th of the game. And the most well-timed of them all. Here's Meyer. Had the little pop-up that just nestled down between the first, second, and right fielder. Last inning that started a 3-run rally with the Abby Wiry home run. At the outside corner, 1-1 the count. So Meyer 1 for 2 today.
Wow, that one was outside. I mean, the catcher was really, honestly, on the white of the right-handed batter's box. Now, again, it was location execution, but the umpire needs to look down and say, yeah, but if she goes to the glove here, the glove's outside.
Foul tip. 1-2 the count.
Again, umpires, when they see the catcher set up, they look down, they said, is the glove covering the plate? And then again, if that ball's delivered, glove doesn't move, pitch is a strike. But you got to look down and say, wait a minute, she's outside.
That one sails away.
Having said that, though, Greg, I think the umpires have done a really good job today. There was a close play, bang, bang at first. Could have gone either way. The home plate umpire has been consistent. Maybe missed a couple. He's human.
2-2. Popped up. Second baseman should have it. Calls everybody off. And the inning is over. We head to the top of the 7th. Indiana Wesleyan looks for an insurance run or two. They lead 4-3 here on the ISC Sports Network.
But we know Zach. And at Indiana Members Credit Union, we know he's been saving up to trade up. IMCU is here to help Zach and you drive your dream. Now get financing as low as 1.99% APR on a new or used vehicle. Today, it's all about Zach. Tomorrow, it's all about you. Because at IMCU, it's you that matters.
Back here on the ISC Sports Network. To the top of the 7th we go. 3 runs on a 3-run home run for Marian in the bottom half of the 5th. Then a 4-run explosion in the top of the 6th for Indiana Wesleyan. Wesleyan trying to score a huge victory in wrapping up the #1 seed. Still a lot of time left to go with 2 weeks, but it's the last time these two teams see each other until the conference tournament.
And as I look down the right field bullpen there, number 6, Elena Thomas with a 1.82 ERA is warming up just in case Coach Babinski thinks he needs to make a pitching change some point in the bottom of the 7th.
So Tregesser, you got things going. Smacked one down the left field line for a double. What is the lone extra base hit of the game for Indiana Wesleyan? This is high. She and Medina, the only 2 players that have a pair of base hits today for Indiana Wesleyan. Might have another one here. Center fielder, right fielder, right fielder. It's wiring. Tracks down that one. And there's quickly one down.
Good communication out there. Again, outfield priority on fly balls. Center fielder calls off both left and right. But again, if the right fielder feels like she has a better shot at it, they're talking right there. Obviously, we can't hear them or see their lips move, but they're talking. Me, 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 me. Center fielder says you. Backs her up.
As long as it's not both of you saying you, you're in
well, no, listen, you only you after somebody me's, okay? You don't you as the first communication. Go get the ball and then work at it from there.
It sounds like Seinfeld on
I know,
softball.
I know, it does. Somebody has to make the call, and then once they make it, you let them know, I hear you, it's you, I'm getting behind you, you don't have to worry about me crashing into you. And then again, if there's any argument, center fielder wins all arguments. They overrule both left and right field and all infielders. All outfielders overrule infielders, so basically the center fielder, if she wanted, could come in and catch one behind the plate.
There's Worley. Hit it hard, go right to the shortstop. Tosses over to first base. An atom ball from Worley, and there's 2 down. So here's Wyatt.
By the same token, Greg, on the infield, you also have fly ball priorities. Shortstop overrules third base, second base overrules first, and shortstop overrules second. So, and honestly, ideally, you don't want your pitcher to catch anything unless it's just a little bloop. So all infielders can overrule the pitcher.
0-1 to count. Now, are these rules all written down somewhere where I can?
You know what? You practice it, man. You got to. That's part of your 10 or 15-minute segment. You know, probably not, maybe not every day, but you know, every third day, you got to practice fly ball priorities. And
I would miss this. 1-1 the count.
Because the last thing you want is people to crash into each other and end up, you know, blowing knees or, you know, being out for 3 or 4 games or out for the season.
Well hit. Center fielder drifting back. Minix makes the grab. That one moved her a little bit late. But second time she has fielded a ball up against the warning track in solid fashion. And Indiana Wesleyan, for a 3rd time in 7 innings, the side is retired. Let's thank our friends at Miller Transportation, family owned and operated since the 1930s and proud partners of Marian University Athletics. Facilities in Indianapolis, Louisville, and Columbus, Ohio. We specialize in transportation for collegiate and professional sports groups, school groups, corporate travel, weddings, private charters, bourbon tours, and more. Their fleet consists of premium 56-passenger motor coaches, air-conditioned school buses, trolleys, executive shuttle buses, Mercedes Sprinter vans, SUVs, and Cadillac sedans. Give them a call at 317-244-8599 or online at millertransportation.com to request a quote.
Yeah, it seems like Miller Transportation buses are everywhere you look.
They are. It's 7, 8, and 9, and again, a lot of times you would hear that and go, that's not good for the home team. The potential last at bat, but your 8-hitters hit a 3-run home run last time up.
Yeah, they're the ones that honestly have produced today, so got to be excited, a little bit excited for Coach Fleming, and then if you can get 1 or 2 of these ladies on, then 1, 2, 3 comes up, and now the fun starts. Got to be patient at the plate. I'm not saying take till you get a strike necessarily, but don't swing at bad pitches.
There's Caroline Roop. Hit by a pitch last time up. Right into the outside corner. 0-1 the count. Caroline picks Whoop, There It Is as her walk-up song. I think she does that because it sounds like her last name.
I believe it does. That's what I'd do if my last name was Roop.
1-1 the count.
My walk-up song would have to be long, though, because it would take me a long time to walk up there. I might have to stop and rest.
Little Led Zeppelin Cashmere, perhaps. That misses 2-1 the count.
Good spot to be. You need base runners.
Three and 1. And tying run at home plate. The winning run would be on deck.
Always said 3-1 is identical to 2-0. It is your absolute favorite pitch. If you get it busted, if it in there, don't swing at it. We'll play 3-2.
Got a good pitch to hit. It had great movement. Great decision by Wagner. Fastball that started outside and started on the plate and tailed away.
Yeah, and Caroline had a good rip at it. I mean, if she'd have got it, if she'd have hit it, she probably would have hit it hard to the right side.
Big pitch here. Foul tip in the mitt. 1 away. And again, the song remains the same. Wagner has a strikeout in every inning a day.
Yeah. And again, another big squeeze by the catcher there, Worley, who you got to squeeze that foul tip, because if you don't, if that ball gets away, she gets another life.
So here's Wiry. Strikeout and a 3-run blast. I'm not sure if modern softball is the same as modern baseball, but the common refrain at any level of baseball these days.
Yep. Well, and you don't think that she remembers that 3-run homer because that first pitch was like, here you go, hit that.
Just missed, a little bit low. 2-0 the count.
Off speed and out of the zone. Look, I remember your last at bat, so here, hit this junk.
2-0. Pitcher's pitch hit the outside corner. You can take that one at 2-0.
Yep.
Count it 2-1.
Yeah, again, you're looking for your favorite pitch. Now, hopefully that's not anybody's favorite pitch. No hitter, anyway.
Same spot, absolutely. Hit it twice in a row.
Okay, and again, those are difficult to hit, so you don't want to get in any kind of 2-strike hole. But if you swing at that is the pitcher's pitch. It's a weak ground ball. Now you have no choice. You got to put something in play or foul it off.
Swing and a miss. Back-to-back Ks for the first time today, and the Knights are down to a final out. And Phillips is going to be pinch hit for.
Again, she just tried to realize the pitch was in the same spot, and she just tried to put it in play or slap it foul. Unfortunately for her, she wasn't able to do that.
So Emma Maple will come to the plate. Emma, a senior. Emma, the third arm for the Knights. Senior from Kankakee Valley High School. Emma on the year. 7 of 24. 1 home run and 5 runs batted in.
Well, she's appeared in 16 ball games and started 6, so this is what you want, a little senior leadership here. I'm sure she hasn't played as much as she would like. You got to understand your role.
Strike called. And Phillips is 0 for 2 with a pair of ground ball outs today. Number 9 spot in the lineup.
Nice job of laying off that pitch. The pitch was out of the zone. A lot of hitters would have probably gone ahead and taken a rip at it.
Lifted foul, 1-2 the count. And Marian down to a final strike for game number 1.
Got to make it worth it here.
I don't know. I think that went through the railing up here. I didn't even look.
Sky high pop up. Third baseman has it. Game is over. And Indiana Wesleyan puts a little more space between spots 1 and 2 in the Crossroads League. A 3-run homer by Wiry in the bottom of the 5th. Indiana Wesleyan answers with 4 in the top of the 6th. And Iowa runs their record to 34-6 in the season. Jim, your final thoughts on game number 1?
Just a really, really well-played softball game. Well pitched. It was well defended. The hitting came around that third time through the order for both ball clubs, as you would expect it might. Very enjoyable. Let's hope the second game is just as good.
Wagner gets the victory. She runs her record to 14-2 on the season. Stunkel, the loser, just her second loss of the campaign. She is now 12-2. So stick around. Those of you watching on the stream or ISC television, we expect game number 2 to begin promptly at 3 o'clock. John Herrick steps in for me for that one. He and Jim will take you home later this afternoon. On behalf of our entire ISC Sports Network crew, a very brief goodbye for now from me, Greg Rakestraw. Thanks for joining us on the ISC Sports Network.
Location near you.